Do you want to enter the market from here? And also, do you want to buy the market from here using this interesting, easy and simple smart money concept? So in this video, I will teach you everything so that you can get started to start making money using this smart money concept. So before we begin with this video, I want to show you the concept that you need to understand before you can start with this video. Firstly, you have to understand risk management so that you cannot blow your account every day like you used to do. And another thing, you need to understand candlestick, at least basic pure price action trading. So if you don't know how to do that, there's a lot of videos online so that you can go and check them out. They are very easy to understand. You just need to understand the open and the close of a candlestick and the high and the low, how a bearish and a bullish candlestick is formed. But I'll also show you that throughout this video. And another thing that you need to understand, you should know when to stop trading, because I see a lot of traders, when the market is open, they just like to place trades every day. So, and lastly, I will show you where to place a stop loss, or you should know where to place your stop loss and when to take profit, because some of you traders are so greedy to take profit. So let's move forward with this simple concept, because this is very easy to understand, but I'll try to keep it very slow so that everybody can understand it. So this is what you need from this video. From the bearish side point of view, you will need to find a bearish engulfing candle like this one, and on the lower time frame you need to find a structure that looks like this one here. So the first thing that you're going to do on the higher time frame when you spot an engulfing candle, or let's say in this scenario, because you are in the bearish market, you need to find a bearish engulfing candlestick. So on the bullish candlestick, you are going to place a horizontal line on the open of this bullish candlestick here, and then in the lower time frame you will realize that this line will appear around here. Okay, so that's what you need. Let's say maybe you are on there, because this time frame right now you are on the 2 hours time frame. That means we will move on to the lower time frame, which is going to be the 5 minutes and the 3 minutes, depending on where we are going to see that setup. So this is how you are going to do from the lower time frame. On the higher time frame, just put a horizontal line on the bullish candlesticks open, and then your analysis on the higher time frame will look something like this. This is your analysis. Then in the lower time frame, you will see that you will find this kind of thing here, this kind of structure. And also another thing that I want to point out is that this move here should be very aggressive. What I mean by that is that this move, guys, should be like very fast. And then on the other hand, this move right here should be very slow. And we can see from these boxes right now that this one is very small and this one is very big. That means the market is corrective on the side. And then what you need to wait for right now is to wait for the market to come to this supply zone here. On this supply zone over here, you will wait for the market to come and tap this supply zone and then close with a bearish candlestick. Then you can wait for the market to push lower like this. Okay, but if the market closes with a candlestick that is trading above the zone like this, that means this trade setup has been invalidated. That means you won't be taking that trade, because the market traded above the zone before it can push lower. Even if the market closes with a bearish candlestick and still push lower, don't chase the market, just follow your trading rules. Okay, let's look at the bullish side point of view, because it looks the same, but I know some people won't understand this thing before we can move on to a real chart. So let's move on to a bullish setup. This is a bullish setup here. What we are going to do from the previous one, the bearish one that we did, you just put your horizontal line on the open right now. On the open here, we put it on the open of the previous candlestick. This is the open of this bearish candlestick here, and then you put a line like this. This is your higher time frame analysis. So that means your analysis from the higher time frame will look something like this. Okay, then when you move on to the lower time frame, you will see that you will have this kind of pattern. You will see this kind of pattern, and you'll also find a break of market structure for those who want to confirm even more. There's no problem in doing that. And also this move here should be also impulsive. This one should be very strong, and then this one should be corrective like this. This one should be corrective, and then you will wait for the market to come to this zone, and you will see that this line here, you see this line here, you will see it around, let's say maybe here. You will only take trades below this line here. Let me change this color quickly. You will only take trades below the blue line. okay, because this blue line here has to be touched before we can take a trade. But sometimes you will find a zone around this area, or maybe close to this, and then the market will come and close to the bullish candlestick around here and then push higher. So you will see that when you do your back test, but there's no problem in doing that. So you have to understand that when you do a back test, you will see this kind of thing happening. So the only thing that we want to do is catch the next candle's low here, the next bullish candle's low here. So it's still the same thing, but this one you'll be buying the market at least on a higher price level, and then here it will be a perfect one because you won't be risking too much. And another thing that I want to point out before we move on to a real chart is that when the market closes with a bullish candlestick here, you can enter at the close of this candlestick here, or you can enter here on the open of the bullish candlestick. This will be your confirmation candle. So, and lastly, if you want to sniper but you'll miss a lot of trades, that means you will put your buy limit order. So that means in this case you'll be waiting for the market to come and tap here and then move higher, or you will wait for the market to come and tap this bullish candles open and then push higher. And lastly, for those who want to sniper everything, you will be entering the market on the week of the next candle. You will see this kind of behavior when you do your back test, but it will all depend on which trader you want to be. So I'll try to give you some examples so that you can understand the different scenarios, how the market will behave in different market conditions. So let's move on to a real chart so that I can show you 1 or 2 or 3 examples before we can end this video. And also please consider subscribing to the channel, and the link to the Telegram is in the description below if you want the PDF for the time frames that you are going to use. So right now let's move on to a real chart. We'll do a quick example so that everybody can understand it. On this first example, guys, let's see, we are on the 2 hours time frame here. Okay, we are on the 2 hours time frame. Let me write it down for everybody to see it clearly. This is the 2 hours time frame. Okay, this is your first step. You identify your higher time frame before you can move on to the lower time frame. So right now what we're going to do is put a horizontal line on the previous candle. Let's put this horizontal line. We'll change this to yellow, and then we will mark it down. You will put your horizontal line on the higher time frame like this. Okay, so that means right now we are done. We can also do something like this. This is your prediction. Okay, so when we move on to the lower time frame, we have to find a zone around this area here. Let's start by using the 5 minutes, and let's see. As you can see right now, we have a prediction. That means we will be looking to enter the market around here. Okay, this is our prediction for the market to push higher. So let's look at the 3 minutes also and see if we have something that we can reduce a risk at. But we can also see that the same zone that was created on the higher time frame, on the 5 minutes time frame, it's happening also on the 3 minutes. So let's see how the market unfolds, because right now we will be waiting for the market to come to this zone near this line and then close with a bullish candle before we can take a bullish setup. So let's look how the market unfolded. Okay, oh, we can see that right now price, let's look closely, guys. You don't have to be confused. Let me remove this. We can see clearly that this zone here, price closed with a bullish candlestick here. Let me remove this candlestick. We can also see that the market tapped this. This is your demand zone here, guys. And then we can also see that the market, okay, it tapped here but traded below and then closed with a bullish candlestick. So why did that happen? You have to see that we have to buy below this horizontal line that was created on the higher time frame. So we can also see that we have another demand zone over here. Okay, this is your demand zone in the same 3 minutes time frame. So that means you can buy here when this can closes, because we can see that the first demand zone has failed and this one is still intact. So, and then we can buy from here and then put a stop loss below. So that means we don't want to see price going below our trading analysis. So let's see how the market unfolded from this side. And another thing that I wanted to point out before we can move on is that this is the thing that I have mentioned in the beginning of the video, that let's say, let me remove this and show you again, guys. This is very simple. We can see that right now, because this zone has failed us and we want to buy on this candlestick here, so we can buy. The first entry will be here. This will be your entry at the close of the bullish candlestick or entry at the confirmation candlestick. Okay, I'll just remove this horizontal line from the daily time frame, from the 2 hours time frame, I mean to say. So we can see that we have this line here. We can enter, remember, and then another entry will be here. And then lastly, for those who likes to sniper, they will enter here. They will put your buy limit order here. This is your first entry at the close, the second entry at the open, second entry at the open, and lastly, last entry at the week. Okay, and then last entry at the low or the week of the confirmation candlestick. So that means you can enter this one. Your entry will look something like this. This one will just be going up, and then the second one will be here, and then lastly your entry will be here. Okay, this is how you should do it every day. So another thing that I want to point out is that, guys, you can scan the market through the time frame that you are willing to trade at, or use at least one pair to trade that pair using only this method. This is pretty simple for you to understand, but I'm sure some of you will have some difficulties to understand this kind of thing, but you need to go and backtest so that we can inject that thing into your brain. So if you don't do that, that means you'll have some difficulties to understand this kind of concept. So let's move on. You will see how price behave. You can see right now price moved higher, but the first one that you have entered and at the first one that you have entered at the close of this bullish candlestick is still in a loss here, but this one has triggered, and even this one has triggered too. So you will decide where to enter, because the market will behave like this. Sometimes you can enter here and then the market pushes higher, and this one here will miss a lot of pips. So let's see how the market unfolded from here. You can see the market is still playing around. Okay, and then boom, the market skyrocketed. So you can see that entry from here, and then take profit around here. You can target this highs here. Let's see, you can target this high or this high here, or even this last high. Okay, you will decide. You will target this high, this previous highs here, because this is simple and easy strategy for you to understand. You don't need a lot of things, but I can still repeat everything again. Let's do another example. Right now I will use a different time frame. Maybe I'll use the 15 minutes and scan the market. Okay guys, let's look at this example. We are on the 15 minutes right now. Okay, so we can see that, okay, we have a bearish engulfing candlestick here. So that means when we move on to the lower time frame, we have to wait for the market to come to this line, and then so that we can look to enter shorts. Okay, let's move on to there, because we are on the 150 minutes right now. We will move on to 1 minute right now. For those who want to scalp, this is easy for you to understand. So right now you will have to find your zones above here. So we can see that we have a zone around here. Okay, so we will wait for price to come and tap this line here and then close with a bearish candlestick. Let's look how the market unfolded. Okay, the market is dropping. Oh, okay, we can see clearly that which one. We can see right now that the market didn't even touch the zone, so we will wait for the next candlestick. Okay, is this one here? Even though, did I draw my zone properly, guys? No, I don't think so. Yeah, right now is better. This one is the one that closed, tapped the zone. So that means the next candlestick that is going to close with a bearish candle is the one that will confirm that the market might shoot lower. Okay, is this one here. We can see clearly right now that the market closed with a bearish candlestick here. So you can enter here at the close, or you can put it here, or you can try on the high here, on the highs here to shoot lower. So let's see which trader benefited a lot. Okay, 2 traders are in the market, but this one, the market didn't fill it in. So your stop loss in this case will be above the zone here. Okay, so that the market can still push lower. So let's see. Okay, you can see that 2 traders are in profit, and you can also, in this kind of situation, you will target this low here. So that means your take profit has been hit. Okay, so right now let's do another example on a different pair, because we've been doing this on a different on the CHF JPY. So let's try another pair instead. So let's do another example. Right now we are on the US 30. We are on the US 30 minutes time frame. So the first thing that you need to do, you can also do your analysis maybe something like this. Let me draw you some trend lines here, maybe something like this. I'll also make a videos on how to draw trend lines properly. And then we can also see that we have a bearish engulfing candlestick here. So that means your analysis will look something like this, looking to trade lower and targeting this low here, and this low and this low. So the first thing, because we are on the 30 minutes, let's put a horizontal line here, because this is very simple. Every time when you spot a bearish engulfing candle or a bullish engulfing candle, just put this line here, guys. You just put this line here, and then you are done from this higher time frame. You are literally done. You can put something like this, but it doesn't matter, because you know this line here will guide you when you move on to the lower time frame. So let's move on to the lower time frame. We are on the 30 minutes right now. That means we are going to move on to the 3 minutes and even the 1 and the 5. Just not 15 minutes. At least below 5 minutes is a perfect time frame for this 30 minutes time frame. So let's move on. Let's try the 5 minutes and look. We will try to find the zones above this line. We can see that we have a zone here. You can also name your chart, or if you want to be messy on everything, you can label your chart and say the market is still bearish. We can see that it broke the previous low and then it manipulated these highs here. It doesn't even matter. Just focus on yourself, big bro. And then we can see that we have a supply zone. So that means here you just wait for the market to come to this area, touch this line and trade above this line, close with a bearish candlestick here, and then trade lower. That's what you need to do only. That's all. It's literally that this easy, guys. So let's look at how the market unfolded. Okay, we can see from here that the market touched the zone with this candlestick and closed with a bearish candle here. So you will decide where to enter. You can enter here at the close, put your sell limit order here and sell limit order, your stop loss above here. That's all you need to do. But the problem is that we have 1 2 3 4 5 candlestick here versus 2 candlestick. So in this case, I won't be taking this trade, because I can see that the market may still push higher, because there's no volatility, that the market is still bearish. You can see that these candlesticks are very strong to the upside, but these ones are very slow. So I'll be having some second thoughts on this kind of trades, so I'll be avoiding it at all cost. So let's see how the market unfolded. Oh, we can see, oh, literally it dropped lower. Wow, that was easy. You can see you can target this lows here, and this is the current price action on the market right now. Can see literally that the market dropped lower very easily. Okay, maybe we should try another example, because this video I don't want this video to be long, but we can still try to make another example so that everybody can understand this properly. So let's try another example on a different pair. Okay, right now we are on the daily time frame. Okay, so we will do the same thing, but right now we can see that you can also do your analysis. Like, let's say you can see that the market is still bullish from here, so that means we have to look for bullish trade setup. And we can also see that we have 1 and a 2 candlestick versus 1 2 3 4. So that means there is no volume left for the market to push lower. So that is why we see this bullish engulfing candle over here. So from here you need to do the same thing. We are on the daily right now. We are on the daily. We will put a horizontal line here, and the lower time frames of daily, they can be quite confusing. Don't go below 50 minutes. Okay, this is the higher time frames of the daily from this trading strategy, and then the time frames will start from the 1 hour, which I don't like to use, to be honest. We have the 1 hour, we have the 30 minutes, and then lastly we have the 50 minutes. So let's start from the 1 hour, moving on to the 50 minutes, and see which trader benefited from this setup. So we will start from the 1 hour right now. Let's find the zones below this line here. You can see that we have this one over here. So that means we will be waiting for the market to come and trade below this line and then go higher like this. So this is your analysis. Let's see how the market unfolded. Okay, we are waiting. wow, the market pushed lower and closed with this massive bullish candlestick. I won't be taking this trade because as you can see, this is like let's change this color. Check. This is like 64 pips of risk from this trade. I mean, this is 40 pips risk, so that means I won't be taking this setup. So that means the 1 hour has failed us. So if you were looking at the 1 hour alone, that means this trade won't be yours. So let's move on to the 30 minutes right now and see what happened. 30 minutes. Let's find the zone below here. You can see we still have that zone over here. Okay, let's wait and see how the market unfolded. Okay, the market traded below this zone right now, but we can still see that we have another zone here. So right now we are waiting for the market to close with a bullish candlestick. Let's see. Boom, again the same thing happened on the 30 minutes time frame. So that means the 30 minutes time frame trader won't be taking this trade here. So let's move on. Let's rewind back and see the 15 minutes right now. 15 minutes. So right now we can see that we have this zone over here. This is the 15 minutes demand zone. The 15 minutes demand zone. We have to refine it. We will start from the high and I will put this low here. Doesn't even matter. So right now we have to wait for the market to come to these zones here. Let's watch and see how the market unfolded. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's look at this price action. We can literally see that the market came to this zone here, this demand zone. This demand zone over here, guys, we can see that price traded below the demand zone right now. Okay, but price touched this demand zone below. Okay, price touched this demand zone below, so that means this one failed. So because this one has failed, this is like a similar example from the one that we did, and we can see that you can enter here at the close, because even if you try to enter this one using this demand zone, there's no way you can put your stop loss below here because the market traded below this one. So that means you are avoiding this one. You'll be entering with this one here. Your entry at the close for the market to push higher, or on the open here you'll be waiting for the market to come and trigger and move higher, or on the week you can choose even this week. It will look something like this, guys. Pretty much simple. And then lastly, you can also try this week here, but this one will scare you a lot to be honest. This is how your trade should look like, and you'll be asking yourself, where is my stop loss? Your stop loss is below this zone, because right now we are using this zone where the market touched this zone here. Okay, so that means this one is using this one to hold price to the upside, and this one here is your confirmation candlestick. So let's see if this trades, if this buy limits order 1, 2, 3 has been triggered or not. Let's play and see. Okay, I'll try to remove everything from here, guys. It's unnecessary to keep everything. I'll leave this zone because it's the one that we are using, and we can also see that the market triggered every entry from here. You can see our entries were at the close, at the open of the bullish candlestick, at the low of the bullish candlestick, and even on this low here. So you can see that the trader who has entered here will still be in a loss, and even this one will still be in a loss, but for a couple of minutes, and this one will benefit a lot, and then your stop loss will be below. And after entering this, the market will play with you for 30 minutes on this candlestick, and then boom, 100 pips into your pocket very easily. You can see, let's see, yeah, 50 pips very easily, and your take profit, you will target this highs here. You can see we have a high over here, have a high. So let's look how the market unfolded from here. Let's play. Okay, market is still playing around, playing, and I don't think you can enter even this one. The market is just pushing higher. You'll be just watching the market playing around with you all day long, but it's fine. It's part of trading. If you don't hold trades for a longer period of time, don't expect to be a profitable trader. And we can clearly see that the market touched the take profit, which is 126 pip, by just using this simple concept. I hope you understand everything from this video, guys, and lastly, don't forget to subscribe, and also share this video, give this video a like, and if you have any information, the link to the Telegram is in the description below. I always try to respond everyone, because the comment section of this YouTube section is very confusing after the videos, because in Telegram we can talk and even demonstrate everything using chats or even the markets. in real time. So if you don't do that, that means you won't have help from me, but I'll be willing to help you for free. And if anything that you need, just come to the Telegram. And also avoid those scammers who are creating groups with my name. The only thing that you're going to get, this is the only video that you're going to get the Telegram link to. We have over 2,700 on Telegram, so that's the only group, because I am the one who is saying it. Okay, the other groups with less than 2 subscribers in Telegram, that's not me, guys. And don't fall for those scammers, so please avoid those. And also, guys, before I close this video, please go and backtest before I eat this mic. Go and backtest, and always trade with a stop loss, because some of you have been sending me trades without stop losses. I am trying to protect your trading account, so please use a stop loss every day, or else you will always blow your trading account. I'm not joking. So I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.